Washington, this is VOA News. I'm Ray Kouguell reporting. Death toll climbs in Nepal earthquake disaster. Residents in Nepal's capital, Kathmandu, are seeking refuge out of doors, fearing aftershocks from the earthquake that rocked much of the region Saturday. The 7.8 magnitude quake struck 80 kilometers northwest of Kathmandu, destroying large parts of the city's historic center. At least 2,400 people were killed in the quake. The United States is pledging an immediate $1 million for disaster relief. The U.S., India, China, Germany, and Israel are among the countries sending disaster personnel to the area. Officials in Togo are counting ballots from Saturday's presidential election in a vote expected to see President Faure Gnassingbe remain in power. The Independent National Electoral Commission has 6 days from the end of voting to announce the results of the poll. It says only 53 to 55% of eligible voters took part in the vote. President Gnassingbe is seeking a third 5-year term, which would keep his family in power for almost 50 years. He assumed office in 2005 upon the death of his father. This is VOA News. Fighting raged through Yemen Sunday, with jets from the Saudi-led coalition attacking Houthi-led held positions near the presidential compound in the capital of Sana'a. The warplanes also struck pro-rebel sites in Shaba and Laj provinces. The Riyadh-led air bombardment entered its second month Sunday, despite Saudi Arabia's announcement last week that it was scaling back its air campaign. Elsewhere, ground clashes erupted in the southern port city of Aden. Other fighting broke out in the oil-rich central Marib province. Israeli forces killed 4 suspected militants whom it says were caught trying to plant a bomb in the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights. Israeli military officials say they launched an airstrike Sunday on the militants near the town of Majd al-Shams, close to the Israeli-Syrian border. The officials say the 4 were targeting Israeli troops. Earlier Sunday, Syrian fighter jets struck a market in the town of Darkush near the Turkish border. The British-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights says the government airstrikes killed at least 40 civilians. Suspected Boko Haram militants have attacked a Niger army base on an island in Lake Chad. Niger military sources say hundreds of armed militants riding on motorized canoes attacked the island of Karamga Saturday morning. The number of casualties was not released, but unnamed officials say the military might have suffered heavy losses. The Defense Ministry says that operations are ongoing aimed at clearing the island of militants. Mourners gathered Sunday to pay tribute to a 25-year-old black man who died while in police custody, an unexplained death that has brought thousands to the city's downtown to protest police violence in Baltimore, Maryland. A small line of mourners filed into a funeral home in that eastern U.S. city for a wake held for Freddie Gray, who died a week ago of severe spinal cord injuries. Gray's funeral is planned for Monday. Protesters have been demanding justice and daily demonstrations since Gray's death on April 19th. Days of largely peaceful demonstrations turned sporadically violent Saturday, with several storefronts and car windshields smashed. Police arrested at least 34 people. Ukraine says that one of its soldiers was killed and 7 others injured Sunday in a new outbreak of violence between government forces and pro-Russian separatists fighting for control in eastern Ukraine. A Ukrainian military spokesman accused the insurgents of escalating their fire against Kiev's troops in the last 24 hours, a new threat to the fragile ceasefire agreed to in February. He said the attacks were mostly focused near the Donetsk airport and near Mariupol. I'm Ray Kouguell in Washington.
That's the latest world news from VOA.